slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow.
This is another Fox 56 Sports presentation of the Rivalry of the Week on My Network TV. Brought to you by Keystone College and McCann School of Business and Technology.
This is the brand new turf field on the campus of Keystone College, where tonight CSAC Women's College Soccer takes center stage. It's Gwynedd University and Keystone College. Good evening, everyone. I'm Bob High, and welcome to our continuing coverage of local sports here on My Network TV. Joining me in the booth tonight, former Woods University player Mike Friday and Aaron Dugan from the Fox 56 Sports Show will be on the sideline. And Mike, if we take a look at the CSAC standings here early on, the hottest team in the league right now are the Griffins from Gwynedd University. Keystone, though, 1-1 in conference, getting things going, but tonight is a big game for the Giants.
That is the game tonight. If Paul Mike is far, it's really hard to get yourself back out of that lead.
Let's talk about the Giants coming in. They got some relief this year. They get a girl back who had an ACL injury a year ago. They did a big game from her tonight, Olivia Kashuba.
Olivia is one of the
The other forward they need a big night from, all the way from England, Jem Crawford.
Yeah, Jeff is a little bit of everything. She tied for the second on the team with 3 goals and 4 assists on the year. Kind of a playmaker in the middle of the field, kind of gets everybody moving.
The Giants hopefully look for a big win tonight. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups and the kickoff. It's CSAC Women's College Soccer as Gwynedd Mercy takes on Keystone College.
The Rivalry of the Week on My Network TV is brought to you by McCann School of Business and Technology.
Back live at Keystone College in Le Plume, and the rain has come into northeastern Pennsylvania as Gwynedd Mercy and Keystone College are getting set to play this women's college soccer game. Lineups are being introduced on the field. So let's take a look at the goalies for tonight. Keystone's goalie, Caitlin Kuhn, is a junior. Taking on 101 shots this year and has a save percentage, .737. Goals against, 2.84. On the other side, and another junior, Jess Tadley, out of Cherry Hill, New Jersey. Her goals against average, 1.12. Save percentage, .836. Here's the starting lineups for the Griffins, who come in 5-4. Casey Gahn out of Philly is the leading goal scorer. She has 8 goals on the year. Your midfielders, Megan Gifford is a junior. She has 2 goals on the year and 9 assists. And your defenders, Carrie Petrosky, just a junior. She has 2 goals. She has 8 shots on goal for the season. For the Giants, who come in 3-5 overall. We've talked about the other 2 forwards, so we'll give some love to Jenna Moransky out of Gardere, New York, a junior. She has 1 goal. The midfielders, Cassie Earhart comes in from Stamford, New York. She has 3 goals. And the defenders, one of the captains, Barbara Burns out of Washington, New Jersey. So as we get set for this game here on the new turf at Keystone College, packed house on hand, cheerleaders here, and they're all ready for this soccer game. We'll head down now to the Keystone Chorus for tonight's national anthem. So despite the rain, we are ready for tonight's CSAC battle between these two rivals. Gwynedd Mercy overall has 5 wins over the Lady Giants. And now let's see how this game will play out. We'll head down to Aaron Dugan, who's with the Keystone head coach. Aaron?
Coach, Gwynedd coming in hot tonight, 4 straight wins. What kind of effort is it going to take to get the win here tonight?
It's going to take our best effort out here. It's a conference game. Every game matters from top to bottom with all the teams, so we're expecting to come out ready to contend with them today.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Just starting to pick up a little bit slippery down here on the field, guys. It was kind of drizzling all afternoon, and now it's just starting to pick up a little bit heavier. So slippery conditions on the field for sure.
Thank you, Aaron. And Mike Bridie, how does this rain now play a factor? And it looks like it's going to be pretty steady for the next couple of hours.
Yeah, on any surface, water affects it. I mean, it's going to make everything skip instead of bounce. You can see goals happen early in games when keepers aren't necessarily adjusted to the field.
So Keystone comes in averaging, they have 15 goals on the season, 13 assists, 67 shots on goal, and 27 corners, while they're giving up for their opponents 23 goals. So a little bit of a disadvantage, but as we talked to Coach Cox last week, Mike, injury bug has hit them early on, but they're getting the people back they need, and they feel confident as they get the season going. They'll start putting wins together.
Absolutely. Anytime in a season, the most important time to be healthy is during conference season, because that's how you get seeded for the playoffs, and that's the most important part to advance into the postseason.
So Keystone will be in the white uniforms with the orange trim. Gwynedd Mercy in the all-red uniforms. And we are underway here at Keystone College.
Fire it up, Giants! Go, big boom! Fire it up, Giants! Go, big boom!
Referees tonight, Mark Stroney, Carl Williamson, and Anthony Cavallero in the CSAC battle. So we're on the Keystone side of the ball now, as you see the crowd filing in despite the rain here in La Plume.
And usually early, you're going to see teams with this wet field kind of take a wait and see approach, maybe not overcommit early. Like I said, good chance that you can catch a keeper, maybe not anticipating that slip. Obviously, a corner kick here off the opening couple minutes.
So Jim Crockford will do the honors in the corner. First opportunity for the Giants. And they own possession now, back to Crockford, and it goes out over to the Griffins. Goes out, back over to Gwynedd Mercy.
And you're going to see both of these teams lining up in a 4-3-3, starting 3 strikers on both sides. It's a lot of people up front. Hopefully, we'll be able to see some good opportunities at goal today.
So far, not much action down on the field. Both teams trying to fill out. Keystone comes off a loss the other day to Newman, 2-1. But before that, they did beat an out-of-conference team, Casanova, putting up 5 goals in that game. Their second largest output of the season as they beat Wells on August 31st. They put up a 6-2 victory.
And this is a great change of field right here. The play has been dominated on the right-hand side. Tends to draw all the defenders over. A lot of space on this other flank.
So goes over to the Griffins, shaking up player. Harazaglu, Number 24 out of Holland, PA. The woman shaken up. Inside the box it goes. Quick opportunity.
Those type of throw-ins can be really dangerous tonight as well. Looks like a very long throw-in. Definitely at least a quarter of the way into the box. Just nobody able to find a foot in the box.
Goes into the middle of the field. Going to go to the goalie from Gwynedd, Tadley. She'll kick it out. Johnson throws it in. Goes back out. Now we'll go back over to the Griffins.
Both teams are, trying to settle into this game. You're seeing a little bit of passing here in the back. You'll see that as the game goes through. Ball staying on the floor a little bit more rather than balls being played through the air.
Type of game as Kashuba pushes it forward for Crockford. Jem gets to it, but still in play into the middle. Griffin's doing a nice job. Opportunity for Keystone. No foul call. Both girls go down. Both are back up.
And after talking to the Keystone coaching staff, their goal, get the ball wide, get people into the box, try to get some good service in there, get a head on it, get a foot on it. Anything to put pressure on that keeper in that back line of Gwynedd Mercy.
The other thing, too, they have to watch number 21 gone for Gwynedd. She's second in the league in goals scored. She has 8 overall. So Gwynedd will try to get the ball to her. So Griffin ball, and Griffin's coached by Neil Johnson in his 7th season. They did go to the 2012 CSAC finals where they lost to Cabrini on penalty kicks, and they were 11-8 and 3 overall that year. Last year, down year for them, for the Griffins, is 3-11 and 4. They did not make the playoffs.
Yeah, penalty kicks is no way you want to go out in the playoffs. After a down season last year, you can definitely see a lot of positive momentum going forward, especially with the 3-0 start in conference, scoring a lot of goals and keeping the opponents off the score sheet.
Kuhn to kick it out. Going to go over to the Griffins, as it looks like Earhart pushed off a little bit. So an opportunity now for Gwynedd Mercy.
Gwynedd really wants to put a lot of bodies in the box, get people set. Looks like everybody's lining up on the far side.
Goes into the box, headed. Kuhn makes her first save off the shot.
That was a nice save by Kuhn. I don't know where the defense went for Keystone, but there was definitely a mismark.
Looked like couldn't tell what the number was on that. So
Those are the opportunities early in games. You got to make sure you have every person accounted for defensively, due to the fact that you get down early, 1-0 can be all the scoring in the game. So you want to make sure you have everything tidied up in the back.
goes forward into Gwynedd Mercy territory, but Keystone right there. There's a turnover. Another chance for Gwynedd. 45-minute halves in college soccer. Only stops are for goals yellow cards and long injuries. It'll be a throw-in now for the Griffins.
And as you can see, they're really starting to widen the field out. It is a very wide field, trying to create space, pockets in between the defenders to be able to hit a penetrating ball through. Something interesting to keep an eye on.
So another chance for Gwynedd. Chance now also for the Keystone defense to make a stop. It'll be a corner kick. Petrosky over there, number 7, will do the honors. So he's a junior.
It's going to be a right-footed in-swinger going into the box.
Out of the box, controlled.
Defended much better on that. You saw Keystone had a girl on a girl. Everybody in the box taken care of.
Jenna Moransky there, number 21 of Gardner, New York. So into the box it goes, and the goalie for Keystone does the honors. Got the good crowd on hand for the CSAC game. Cheerleaders here. Mascot from Keystone College. Glad you could join us here on My Network TV.
Yeah, the fans have been energetic all evening. I mean, they were here hours beforehand. The rain can't keep them away tonight. Hopefully we have, for their sake, a good battle from Keystone.
It's like gone on the foul. Goes over to Keystone right now. Giants would like to get a win tonight. Give Gwynedd their first loss on the road. So no shots yet for Keystone. And we're just over the 10-minute mark.
It's always nice to be able to knock off the league leader, especially when they haven't had their first loss yet. Everybody tomorrow morning, checks the standings, see that the Gwynedd would have a loss, and that does a lot for confidence in the overall outlook of the team moving forward in conference play.
Nice job by Nardelli. Lauren Nardelli of Valley View High School. She throws it in, but Griffins are trying to get it out.
And almost on every single one of the throw-ins, they're looking to flick the ball on, meaning whether it is a throw-in, a corner kick, throwing to somebody's head, kicking to somebody's head, looking just to get it a touch on it, to get it past and put it into a dangerous spot.
Ryan, I would just walk right down here. You can walk down with us.
No shots on goal yet, but definitely Keystone doing a nice job, though, Mike, keeping the pressure on.
Yeah, eventually you're going to get a break. Eventually, either it's a misstep. It can be a very good 1-2 combination. A lot of things can happen. But if you consistently put pressure, especially just right outside that box, usually you're going to get rewarded down the road.
Rain continues to fall here. Beautiful turf field on the campus now of Keystone. I know the girls were excited to play on this after the last couple years on the grass. So many opportunities for other teams as well. And a beautiful track, which we'll be talking about all night long. So into the box it goes for the Griffins. And it will go back over to Gwynedd.
Yeah, the facilities here at Keystone are phenomenal. The actual turf, a little bit thicker than what I've seen on some turf fields, plays a little bit more like grass, which is a nice benefit. Coming from a soccer player, it plays not quite as fast, so it's a very beautiful field to play some soccer.
Astika now the junior with the corner kick. Goes in and open net for Gwynedd, and they can't take that opportunity, and it goes back out of bounds and will remain Griffin ball.
Yeah, you see a deep driven ball to the back corner over the keeper's head, looking to redirect it back in. kind of just put in the mix. Nice clearance from Shauna Menzella.
So quick give and go, and back come the Giants, trying to find some offense now.
And this was one of the emphasis for Keystone, getting on that counterattack, getting pressure immediately once the defenders get possession of the ball and get forward as quickly as possible to support the ball with supporting runs.
No score so far. We're nearing the 31-minute mark, and it gives us a chance now to go down to Aaron Dugan with our first guest of the night.
Well, hey, Bob, I have my first guest of the night here, Charlotte Ravioli. She is the Vice President of Institutional Advancement for Keystone College. Thanks for joining us on this rainy night.
Thank you so much for having me.
Charlotte, you've been with Keystone College for over 30 years. How have you seen things change?
Well, when I first came here, Keystone was a sleepy little rural two-year college in Little La Plume, Pennsylvania. And it has never been a better place than it is now. We've grown from 2 years to 4 years. We have expanded athletic programs. And, of course, we have this fabulous athletic facility. So we are in the best place ever.
Let's talk a little bit more about the beautiful facility, the brand new turf and the track field. What does it bring to the student athletes?
Well, before this field, our track and field teams used to practice on College Avenue in front of the College Green and dodging traffic. And it was something out of Chariots of Fire. And now they have this beautiful facility with the turf field. I love to come up here and watch them run around the track. They have a wonderful time.
Yeah, it seems like even though they're kind of wet, the fans are having a good time here tonight.
They are. There's a lot of spirit at Keystone.
The other thing I wanted to ask you about was working so closely with President Coppola. How have you seen him kind of grow things here at Keystone?
Well, he's been here just over a year, and he has brought a real spirit and enthusiasm to the college, carrying on the tradition of President Beam, our former president. He's got a good sense of humor. He's got two little boys that he brings to all of the sporting events, and the students really love them. So he has brought an awful lot to the college.
Well, it was great chatting with you, Charlotte. I'll let you get back to the sogginess.
All right. Thank you so much, Aaron.
All right. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Aaron. As we bring it back onto the field, we see the rain pick up, Mike. And it's becoming very heavy now.
Yeah, this is when games can get very sloppy or become very fun. With the wetter the ball gets, the wetter the field gets, the touch becomes much harder. Just as if you were throwing a football. Same thing, same concept. Ball can slip off your foot, can slip through a keeper's hands. A lot of interesting things can happen when the rain starts, and it looks like it's going to be picking up here momentarily.
We are dry most of the day until about game time. Now it's the heaviest rain so far we've seen this evening. We're just past the 29-minute mark here in La Plume. No scores so far. So as we have this throw-in, Griffins are on the attack. Just 2 shots so far by Gwynedd. One of those was on goal. Nothing so far for Keystone.
Yeah, the pressure's kind of switched now. Gwynned's starting to get a little bit more consistency, a few numbers forward. It's important for Keystone to dispossess and then look for feet instead of just kicking the ball back into the defender's feet due to not having many strikers forward.
Throw in now by Gifford. Kuhn with a nice save on goal. So with that in mind, we'll be taking a quick timeout. When we come back, we'll continue our action here in La Plume. As we bring it back to the action here in La Plume, corner kick for Keystone. Action in the box.
Right? He really made me mad.
Someone was open in there, but a nice job by Tadley, the junior goalkeeper. Bye-bye, Mike Bridie, Aaron Dugan. Wet night here in Keystone for CSAC Women's College Soccer. Good opportunity there for the Giants.
Yeah, that was a great opportunity off the set piece, off the corner kick. You always want people at the top of the box for anything that might kick out. A shot was played back through, deflected, had somebody on that far post. Just a great save by Tadley for Gwynedd Mercy.
Knocked out again. It goes over to the Griffins.
And I think something to note, Gifford has number 3 has a very long throw in. Anything on their attacking side, she comes out from her midfield position to take that. And especially, again, in conditions like this, it could be just enough to get a skip, something for somebody to run onto. So something to keep an eye on going forward.
Griffins still have possession. Seems like, Mike, when each team does get on their side, they do have opportunities, but none yet, no shots yet on goal for Keystone, but they've had chances as well as the Griffins.
Yeah, absolutely. Once they get into the attacking zone, they tend to slow down a little bit. It's in their transition where they're having some issues, more so just getting the ball up the field with a one long kick, one long pass, instead of building through and allowing the rest of their midfielders and defenders to come into a supporting area. Here's a good opportunity again down that flank on the far side.
Crockford again tries to shoot it in for Kashuba, the two girls we talked about in our pregame, but they are unable to connect. Another save by Tadley.
And I think you're going to continue to see pressure down that right side. We haven't really seen much come down the left flank. Everything's been pushed right side and fill in the box. And I think if they can continue to get numbers forward, they're going to have some very good opportunities. Oh, it's a wonderful stop turn in the box.
Great defense from Sagowski, Brittany Sagowski out of Danticoke in there, number 17. Mike referenced to, and now it'll be put out, and a throw in now for Gwynedd Mercy. 4-game winning streak coming in. Top of the CSAC standings right now. 25 goals on the year and 18 assists. They have 121 shots in their first 9 games, Mike. So they definitely have had chances.
Yeah, again, they generate chances from all over the field, which is nice. There's no one specific person that you have to really focus on, which gives a good balanced attack, which gives, danger from all different areas.
Good takeaway.
Yeah, you have to give a lot of credit to the Keystone defenders. They're doing a very good job of dispossessing without fouling and maintaining possession.
Breland Johnson playing good defense from New Jersey, just a freshman. Number 18 in that right corner. Now Crockford in the middle of the field has a chance.
It's a great through ball.
Kashuba in the middle. Shot on goal. Just off the mark. I think it may have hit one of the Griffins in the foot.
That was a fabulous, fabulous opportunity. Great through ball through. Kind of a mistouch, falls right to the middle, exactly where you want your leading goal scorer to have an opportunity. Just a missed opportunity.
The feed was from Lauren Nardelli out of Valley View. It was 2 assists on the air. Was looking for number 3, but Kashuba unable to get that one towards the goal. But Keystone now still applying the pressure.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Keystone, they are definitely putting pressure on this Gwynedd Mercy goal right now. Have definitely developed the most dangerous opportunity so far in the game.
Keystone again 3-5, 1-1 coming in league play. Lost a tough one, a close one to Newman on last Saturday. And They'll continue league play with Karen coming up on Saturday at 1 as they'll take the ride down to Philly. So the referee says it's Gwynedd Mercy ball right in front of the bench there.
Yeah, I believe you're going to start to see, as this game progresses, you're going to see them be able to take advantage of some space to dribble in. You haven't seen a whole lot of people taking the ball on their foot and going at a defender or at a midfielder. There's a lot of space in the middle of the field, yet they continue to try to play the ball forward. If they can just come up with a little bit of a possession, a little bit of a dribble forward, I think you're going to start to see them be able to connect some passes and then get dangerous in behind the defenders.
There you saw Kashuba and Crockford getting aggressive in the middle of the field trying to get that ball back, and Kashuba tries to move it forward and just goes out of bounds.
It's a really nice flick with the outside of her foot. Again, their strategy, their tactics right now, get the ball wide, widen the field out, make the defenders stretch out, and then attack in behind them, and they're doing a very nice job with that.
Kashuba now off the left side. And defense nicely by Megan Gifford, a junior from the Griffins. But it remains Keystone ball just below the 20-minute mark here. Scoreless in La Plume. Rain continues to dampen the field. Luckily for Keystone, they're on turf. Good forward move, but unable to get there.
Yeah, again, the Keystone defense, all four backs have done a fabulous job of cleaning up any through balls, any ability for the Gwynedd Mercy attackers dribbling towards them, doing a very good job of dispossessing and, again, keeping the ball in possession.
Johnson doing a nice job on defense. Keystone in the white, Gwynedd Mercy in the red. Here's a push forward. You can see some of the water that's getting on the turf now. You can see when they're dribbling the ball, some of the water's coming up. Oh, I think just went out of bounds off of the Keystone player, Moransky. So Tadley will lay it down. And as she does that, we'll head down now to Aaron Dugan with another guest. Aaron.
Hey, Bob, I have my next special guest here, Jamie Shevchik, the head baseball coach here at Keystone. Coach, you've had so much success over the past few years, 6 CSAC titles in a row. So what are the expectations for this year?
Number 7. I always say I think it's easier to win your first one because you're going to sneak up on some people. But after you win 6 in a row, the target is always going to be on your back. I mean, everybody's always going to be out to try to beat Keystone, especially in baseball. And we're always going to see the best pitchers. So it's not going to be easy. I can't wait for the day, and I know it's going to happen. We can't win the conference every year, but I can't wait to see the headlines when the day does come. And I hope it doesn't come anytime soon when we do lose a conference championship. But the schedule that we play throughout the course of the year is we try to beef up our non-conference schedule as much as we possibly can, just in case we don't win the conference by whatever reason. We still have a shot to make the regional tournament for an at-large bid. So I think we have a good fall going so far. We've had a very good recruiting class, probably one of the best recruiting classes that we've had in a while. So again, I think we're going to be the team to beat, and it's going to be. We're really looking forward towards the spring. This team is going to be exciting.
That's great. And when you talk about the success of the program, you talk about successful alumni. You've had some people go on and do some pretty cool things.
We've had 7 players over the past 4 years get drafted by Major League Baseball teams, and another 23 players that signed independent contracts that are playing in independent leagues across the country. And some of those guys are having great success. We have one of our pitchers from 2011 is pitched AAA this year with the Oakland Athletics, Sean Murphy. We have a pitcher who just pitched recently in the last 2 years who's pitching with the Los Angeles Dodgers. So we're still waiting for those guys to get the big league call up. The closest we got so far was Sean Murphy, who pitched in a big league game in spring training. But we've had a lot of guys. The stigma of having to go down south or having to play in a Division I school and having the opportunity to play professional baseball, I think we've put that to rest over the last couple of years. You can get an opportunity to play professional baseball in the Northeast and from a Division III school.
And how about this facility? I know it's not a baseball field, but will you still be able to utilize it in any way?
You know, we were the first ones on the field last year when it first opened, just because, you know, we had a terrible winter last year. We couldn't get on the baseball field. We played our first 17 games last year before we got a chance to practice on a field. So we were able to get up here and at least take some ground balls, get ourselves out of the gym. You know, it gets tired, it gets old in there. And yeah, we plan on using the same thing again. Once February rolls around and there's snow on the field, we're going to be able to get up here and do some things that normally we can't do inside of a gym.
Well, thanks for stopping and chat with us in the rain. It's not dampening the spirits, right?
Absolutely not. Appreciate it.
All right, we'll have a great season.
Thank you.
All right, let's go back to you guys.
Thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Jamie. You know, when you talk baseball, a lot of people point to college baseball and the success up here that they've had. Now, other teams trying to mimic that, Keystone basketball as well, and the rain continues to fall hard, but looking at the map and the radar, looks like it may go through, but it's taking its time going through Factoryville and La Plume here. Nothing after it. So, but you do see the water now starting to build up on the field, Mike.
Yeah, you're starting to see little pockets of water in the little gaps and valleys in the field, which you got to be careful about because, I mean, it's pretty easy to slip on a turf field to begin with, and you get it wet. You got to make sure you have proper footing.
So another throw in for Gwynedd. No score so far. Both teams have had a chance and opportunities. Here's one now. And it goes over to Keystone. So with that, 14 left on the clock. We'll take a quick timeout. No score in La Plume.
Keystone College presents the Rivalry of the Week, a Fox 56 Sports production. Brought to you by McCann School of Business and Technology.
Alaska Company has enjoyed serving our customers for more than 35 years. We're expanding our business to give the people of northeastern central Pennsylvania a greater selection of products, from fireplaces and stoves, fire pits and tables, gas logs, electric fireplaces, and outdoor furniture. Our new store, located on Verde Avenue in Music, in front of the Kmart, offers 11 different highly regarded manufacturers to choose from. We are back in La Plume. Bob Ide, Mike Bridie in a dry booth. Aaron Dugan down on the sideline. Has the umbrella in hand, and now a chance for Keystone. It goes out, so corner coming up for the Giants, Mike. You have to take advantage sooner or later.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, set pieces can make or break a lot of games when it comes to soccer. A lot of games end up 0-0, 1-1, 1-0. A set piece can be a big differentiating factor.
Several players in there from the Giants unable to get ahead on it. Keystone does have, both teams have 3 shots. Both have a shot on goal. Both have a save. And both are tied with 3 corners. So, and that remains the score. Tied at 0 here in La Plume.
I've mentioned it a few times. You really have to give this Keystone defense a lot of credit. They come in with Casey Gahan having 8 goals, 3 assists. Really done a nice job limiting what she's able to do out there on the field tonight.
Yeah, she's leading the league in points and goals per game. Good ball movement in the middle.
Absolutely. In a night like this, a ball like that can bounce right before a keeper, take a little bit of a skip. I've seen it happen 100 times.
So it continues the play on the Keystone side of the field. Crockford over there, and it goes off a defender. So good move there.
Yeah, again, another corner kick here. You see they're trying to feed Crawford over in the corner. This is where you really have to get organized in the box. It can't just be a wild ball played in. Take your time, trying to find somebody specific and see, try to get a good opportunity on net.
Remains possession with the Giants. Another throw in.
And this is when you're going to hear a lot of coaches say you want to test the goalie in these type of conditions. They're not ideal to play soccer in, but everybody's playing with the same thing. You want to put as many shots on goal as you can.
Just missed Moransky in the box. She had position, but the ball unable to find her. So it gives us a chance now to go back down to Aaron, and another team will be using this field this year. Aaron?
Absolutely, Bob. Our next special guest here, Greg Rosenberg, the lacrosse coach, first year for lacrosse here at Keystone College. You must be really looking forward to it.
Oh, so excited. Can't tell you how excited I am.
What is that process like, starting a program? Is it daunting, or are you just you're looking forward to it?
Definitely looking forward to it. It could be daunting, but with the college having a business, criminal justice at majors, it makes it a little bit easier.
How about these beautiful facilities you get to play at? I'm sure that's a big selling factor.
Wow, you said it. It's awesome. This turf field, you can't ask for anything better for lacrosse or soccer. So
with any new program, things are obviously going to start slow. Do you have any goals set for yourself?
Well, of course, I want to get the kids in here, get a 4-year degree, start a tradition. That's probably the biggest thing. We're working on that right now. We're doing some running up these big hills, and the guys, making the summit is a big thing. So, starting some traditions, getting a foundation for a program that's going to last for a long time.
Well, that's great. I wish you the best of luck with the program.
Thank you very much.
All right, Bob, back to you.
Thank you, guys, and good luck to the Giants lacrosse team starting this year in the CSAC, a very tough league they play in. More action on the Keystone side of the field, Mike, and they're at least putting pressure on the defense.
Yeah, absolutely. Now you're seeing the right back Nardelli making runs up the field. There's a lot of opportunities out there. It's just getting that final ball with a final finishing touch that they're missing right now. Everything else has been looking much better as the game has gone on. I hope what we're gonna be able to see is they're gonna realize there's a lot more time out there, and you're gonna start seeing a lot more balls played 2 feet and taking the space when it's available. Beautiful 1-2 right here.
So Moransky on the left side gets it knocked out of bounds. Into Kashuba. No call down there.
I don't know how. It's been a very clean game this whole evening.
So let's take a look at the replay.
Yeah, as you can see, she goes right into the attacker's leg. Not a cardable offense, but definitely something to put you on the referee's radar.
There's the defense again from the Giants. They get it out. Kashuba out there. Nice footwork.
Yeah, that's showing great composure on the ball, understanding that she has a lot of time. She's very confident in her ability to pull that ball right back through. Those are the type of things that separate from a good player from a great player.
So we're coming up just past the 6.5-minute mark. We haven't had any stoppage of play, so this will play out as of right now anyway. Fans still here, despite the rain, on hand, waving their flags in support of Keystone. Some of the baseball players there, looks like.
And this is the time as players you really have to get mentally focused, because getting into the last 5 minutes of the game or first half, getting a little tired, legs are getting a little weak, especially with it being wet out tonight. Jerseys get a little heavy. Really have to make sure that you concentrate on that first touch and not give up something cheap here right at the end of the first half.
Rossaglu inside the box. That is Gone, who had the ball, number 21. Again, the defense comes up.
That
So-
sequence might not look like a whole lot. Just enough to let the strikers get up high, allow them to stretch the field a little bit. A couple passes can really allow the attack to form there.
Keystone tries to get it out, and they do, but Crockford comes over. Gwynedd continues to put on the pressure on the Giants defense. Johnson's been up to the task on that right side. The freshman out of New Jersey, Mike, number 18 for Keystone. He's done a nice job over there.
Yeah, she's done a phenomenal job because they've really been looking to push down that flank, her side. She's done a very nice job of dispossessing.
So we'll take a quick timeout. We'll see if Keystone can get on the board. We'll be right back to La Plume after this. So as we are away to break, we'll get to that spot in a minute. We had a goal, and Olivia Kashuba comes up with a huge goal at the 3:02 mark. But we will take a look at it momentarily. Mike, here you go.
Yeah, again, a ball played in, a little bit of a deflection, comes to the striker, puts it in the back of the net, right into the side netting. Sometimes, like I said, you just have to have a half a chance, put it away.
So they kept the pressure all night long, and Kashuba from Oliphant out of Summit Christian Academy, the junior, puts in her 6th goal of the year, and there it is again.
Yep, deflection off the defender. First time clearance. I'm sorry, first time finish by Kashuba. It's perfectly placed into the side netting. The keeper really had no opportunity to save that ball.
So a big goal towards the end of this half, Mike, and that could play dividends. Now you got to play some good defense, but having that lead going in the half, if they can hold it, will be a big benefit.
Absolutely, like I said, mentally, that last 5 minutes, you really want to make sure that everything is taken care of in your defensive end, because a goal like that can really drive you into that second half. And you have to give credit to Keystone. One, defensively, they've done a phenomenal job of defending and keeping the ball in front, as well as all the players, and putting as much pressure as they have in this first half. It's a much-deserved first goal of the game.
Here is the pressure from Gwynedd. Again, Johnson clears it. Looked like it might have went off a hand from the Griffin, but no call. The referee right there. And a clear out for Keystone. So just coming up on the 2-minute mark here in La Plume. Bob-eyed Mike Bridie and Aaron Dugan. Rain continues to fall here in La Plume, but players have battled through it.
And they've adjusted very well to the wet conditions. They're doing everything like it would be if it was a completely perfect night for soccer. Not putting too much pressure on. They're playing to feet. You haven't seen a whole lot of balls being run straight out of bounds.
And Mike, if I know you, every night is a perfect night for soccer.
Absolutely, it is.
Here's an opportunity now from Petrosky into the box. Kuhn gets a hand on it.
That's a great save by Kuhn.
And let's take a look at this one again quickly.
Again, like the corner kick, ball driven into the far side. Kuhn works all the way from the near post across to get in front of the ball. Might have caught a little bit of her face, but as a goalie, that's what you sign up for when you put the gloves on. You have to be willing to put every body part in front of the ball.
Another opportunity for Gwynedd. Good defense. That last one looked like 18 Estika got a foot on it, but now Gwynedd really picking up the pace.
Yeah, you can see kind of the shift now. Last minute of the first half, you definitely do not want to concede an equalizing goal right now. The late goal by Keystone, great save by your keeper, keep pitching a shutout in this first half. That's a big momentum boost for you going into the halftime and going into the second half.
Shuba down there on defense comes back to midfield as Kuhn will kick it away. Last 15 seconds of the half. A half that was played pretty much in check by both teams until Kashuba put the first goal in just about 2 minutes ago. And that will do it. One half in the books here in La Plume. The Giants of Keystone College.
Hey man, how the hell you doing? I've been just fine, living life with the noose and in my mind, all I hear is music. Watching your mouth move, damn you look stupid. I feel like everyone.
Welcome back to a rainy night here at Keystone College. You're watching live women's soccer on My Network TV. Keystone College up 1-0 over Gwynedd Mercy at the half. I'm Erin Dugan. Thanks for joining us on this little bit of a rainy evening. A little bit. Are you dry?
No, come on.
Is it a hair dryer?
A little bit.
Joining me now is a special guest, Dr. Matthew Grimaldi, the athletic director here at Keystone College. Let's talk about the department and how it's grown over the years.
I've been here going on my 8th year here, and the growth of the department, we've added 4 sports. I think you talked to our men's lacrosse coach, Greg Rosenberg. We brought in 2 lacrosses this year. We brought in field hockey as well as volleyball. All have been very successful. The thing that I'm most proud of, we've gone from roughly about 150 student athletes to we're pushing a little bit over 300 right now. And with that, it's just not the growth from the student athletes and the teams. It's overall, and you're going to talk to our faculty and some, maybe some kids later from the cheerleading. It's also the growth of our GPA. When I came here, it was about a 2.4. Thing I'm most proud of, we're about 2.9 overall right now as a department. So it's just not that combination of growing the teams, competitively, and the kids. What I'm most proud of, it's the coaching staff that we have. It's the coaching staff, their quality, they're top notch, and they set the bar for our student athletes, and that is what I'm most proud of the growth.
And of course, everyone talked about this new facility that we're seeing here tonight. Everyone's so stoked. Yeah. The students, the athletes, the fans, everyone just loves it.
Talking about being stoked, the bottom line, for many years here, these soccer teams, our field hockey team, we were just going around. We thank University of Scranton, Marywood, Misericordia, Baptist Bible. Well, these are all the local colleges and dear friends of ours. We were on their fields all throughout. So I call it like, we were the nomads, just running around from field to field. And the kids were so excited to have this, just to be home for homecoming, senior day, practices. You can see, obviously it's a rainy night, but in the beginning of this game, it's the support. That is what is really great. The faculty, the family, the kids can support each other. And, just to have it for, on rainy days like this, we would not be playing. Right. That is great. One thing you don't have to worry about is the weather. Yes, it's raining on us, but to play, especially in Northeast Pennsylvania, that was a major thrust for us to get it. And, the college with some donors and friends of the college really, really stepped up and really supported athletics. So, I get to all from an athletic department as well as a student athletes alum, and there's a lot of alums out there that paid a lot of dues for this, and when they come back, they should be really proud of this.
And you talked about some of those local colleges. Yeah. What's the competition like between those colleges? I know you're in the CSAC, but do you play those schools?
We do. That's one thing that outreach to some of our fellow colleagues. Toby down at University of Scranton, and obviously Marywood is in our conference. But Dave over at Misericordia. Wilkes Kings as well with Cheryl and Addie, we have developed relationships with these schools, and I think it's with us stepping up into the CSAC with that competition, and they see the level that we're playing. You talked to Jamie, some of our more premier programs in baseball, nationally ranked, but all of our programs, we started stepping up and we're playing them, and you have to play better competition, good schools. It's a company you keep, and that's one thing. Sitting down with my fellow colleagues, those ADs, I said, guys, let our student athletes compete and get on your campuses too. That's one thing Keystone College is really proud of is, a facility like this, the faculty, and just stepping up facilities with our new president here, Dr. Coppola. With his vision, there's a lot of excitement. I can tell you that, just not for myself, it's the college as a whole. So that's the fun part about, when I first got here, those schools we were not at that level to compete against them. And now across the board, in all sports, we're competing. Basketball, we played University of Scranton the last couple of years. We got one from them, so hopefully they invite us back. But, that's the fun part for us.
Well, hey, we enjoy you chatting with us. And I have to say, you might be good luck because do I get to drop the umbrella?
I think you may.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Well, thanks for joining us. And make sure you stick around. We're going to have plenty more. 24 more action here from Keystone College when we come right back. 24 more action here from Keystone College when we come right back. 24 more action here from Keystone College when we come right back. 24 more action here from Keystone College when we come right back. 24 more action here from Keystone College when we come right back. 24 more action here from Keystone College when we come right back. 24 more action here from Keystone College when we come right back. 24 more action here from Keystone College when we come right back. 24 more action here from Keystone College when we come right back. 24 more action here from Keystone College when we come right back. 24 more action here from Keystone College when we come right back. 24 more action here from Keystone College when we come right back. 24 more action here from Keystone College when we come right back. 24 more action here from Keystone College when we come right back. 24 more action here from Keystone College when we come right back. 24 more action here from Keystone College when we come right back. 24 more action here from Keystone College when we come right back. 24 more
welcome back to Keystone College, everyone. I'm Bob Ide. He's Mike Bridie. We're enjoying some CSAC women's college soccer here on My Network TV. And so far, Mike Bridie, everything's even, except the scoreboard reads Giants 1, Gwynedd Mercy nothing.
Yeah, Keystone broke through early or late here with the 1-0 lead going right into halftime. But like you said, everything is almost split right down the middle, possession, everything.
And there you see shots on goal 2, shots 6-5, corner kicks even at 4. Saves, Kuhn's done a nice job for Keystone. Fouls 4, but really the only one that matters is this goal right here that we're going to see, and that comes from Olivia Kashuba at the 41:58 mark of the first half.
Yeah, you can see the keeper clears it out. Keystone does a very good job of just not plowing the ball right back into the box. Deflects off of the defender's chest, lands right to the striker's feet you want it to be at.
Looked like the assist there by Lauren Nardelli out of Valley View, so 2 local products, giving Keystone the 1-0 lead. Now, how do you carry that into the second half?
The first 5-10 minutes of the second half are going to be the most important for Keystone. You don't want to concede early. A 1-0 lead can sometimes be the most dangerous lead you can have going into halftime or going into the half. So you want to make sure you come out strong the first 5-10 minutes. Maybe get a second goal.
So we are getting set for the second half here in La Plume. The rain has lightened up a little bit, but both teams have played through it pretty well. Now, if you're the Griffins, though, you have to think you had your opportunities in that first half. You just weren't able to make them connect.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Gwynedd Mercy had multiple opportunities off that long throw, off of corner kicks. They were very dangerous in their opportunities through the run of play, meaning just the standard up and down the field. They weren't as dangerous, but anytime the ball was fouled, there was a foul, there was an out of bounds. They get organized very well, and they put the ball in a dangerous spot. So it'll be interesting to see if Keystone can limit how many opportunities they give them to get set up in a set piece setting.
Griffins in the red. Keystone in the white with orange trim. Kashuba has 2 shots on goal. She does have that 1 goal of the games. Saglaski 1 shot, and Nardelli 1 shot for Keystone in that first half. On the other side, the defense has done very well for Keystone, holding Casey Gahn to 1 shot, and she is the leading point person, soccer player in CSAC, and the leading goal scorer. So you keep her on hand, but there's a goal. Gwynedd, back of the net in the corner.
Right on cue. It's just a great finish. Ball played across the net. Not a whole lot that the keeper can do on that. Short goal kick. You can see the number of red players getting dangerous in the box.
That is gone over there on that right side.
And you can see she lofts it just up and over the keeper, just into the side netting.
Gwynedd Mercy goal scored by number 24, Theo.
So Theo Harazaglu, one of the names we thought we would say tonight,
Easy
and we
for you to
practiced
say.
it for out of Holland, PA, a junior. That's her 5th goal of the year. And we're tied at 1 now, early on in this second half. So good job by the Griffins to come out of the break and put pressure on Keystone.
And again, that's what you want as a team down at halftime. You want to make sure you get pressure. You want to get that early goal, get the game back on level terms, and now you can build on that momentum that you've already established here in the first 5 minutes.
For Keystone, plenty of time though. They know they can score against this keeper. They just have to keep the pressure on and hold over onto possession. So Gwynedd, hottest team in the league, coming in winners of 4 straight before making the drive up here to La Plume.
And you'll see this in soccer. The first 2-3 minutes after a goal is scored, that's when either you're the most vulnerable or the best chance for you to score a second back-to-back. Just due to a little bit of a let-up, you tied the game. But as you can see, Gwynedd Mercy is now really pressuring that box. I don't know if it's something with that side of the field. But you're seeing Gwynedd come out with a different attitude here in the second half. Keystone's scrambling a little bit, but you'll see a clearance here by Keystone. They just have to get the ball settled down and get the ball out of the box and get everybody organized and have them calm down.
So it continues in the Griffin side of the field.
The Keystone defense continues to really shut down any opportunity from any of the flanks.
Those 4-game winning streak for the Griffins goes back to the 16th when they beat University of Valley Ford 7-0. Then they beat Marywood down in Scranton 1-0, Newman 2-1, then Baptist at home the other day 5-1 before heading up here to Keystone. So a team that definitely is trying to put pressure on after a down year in 2013.
And you can tell right now, Gwynedd is a team that has a lot of confidence. They're running much faster, definitely on the forefront. Where Keystone, you can almost see their body language has changed a little bit. Not as many people running to the ball. You can definitely tell that there's a different shift that's happened here in the first 5 minutes of the second half. So it'll be very important for Keystone to get themselves organized. Get some opportunity to build the ball forward, slow things down a little bit. Sometimes when you slow things down, it can actually help you build your attack, get everybody's nerves a little bit calmed down, and hopefully, get back on the scoreboard. And it can start with your best players, and that's where you look for that leadership.
So far here early on in this second half play, mostly on the Griffin side of this field, where in the first half, Keystone held a lot of possession on their side of the ball and of the field, and that really helped them get that first goal. So it's going to be on that defense again as the cheerleaders have made their way up to this brand new turf field on campus. Big night out here on a Tuesday.
It seems like Keystone has changed a little bit of how they're looking to attack. In the first half, they really pushed down the right flank. The right side of the field was used a lot from Jem Coffcroft on that right side. Nardelli was pushing up behind her. Right now, they have, it seems, almost a diamond up top with one central striker and two underneath, not trying to use the outside of the field as much. That could be due to a lot of through balls, a lot of runs you're making, trying not to tire them out here in the right off the bat.
Kashuba unable to save it, goes over to Gwynedd. So Keystone coming in, building momentum over the years in Noel Cox's term here. Last year it finished 10-5-1, 5-5 in league play as it goes into the box. They lost a tough one here to Marywood. And Marywood ended up going into the playoffs. Keystone ended up having to sit out. So it is up that right side. There is Olivia Kashuba, only goal, and she's got almost an open look at the net.
Yeah, she did a really nice job there. Slowed herself down. Again, let the rest of her teammates catch up to her. Defender made a very good play, but she was able to cut the ball back through. And like I said, good play by the defender. But that's what you're looking for from your attacking players. You don't want them to get too far out ahead of everybody else.
Again, 2410945. Please report to the press box to collect your winnings. Thank you.
So Keystone unable to make do of that opportunity on their side.
And you're seeing Gwynedd first real attack from Keystone. Gwynedd pushes the ball directly down the field, plays a ball from their center backs to their center mids, turn, and there's a lot of space there. So again, not a lot of seniors on this Keystone team, but you got to look to your upperclassmen to kind of lead by example right now and kind of keep the floodgates from opening up right now.
So corner kick now for the Griffins. In the box it goes. Kuhn gets a hand on it. Shot on goal. Just off their mark by Harazaglu.
Yeah,
Already has the goal.
Yeah, Gwynedd really all their set pieces are driving the ball to the far post. You see, Kuhn does a nice job with a two-handed punch. Want to get that a little bit outside of the box, but keeps it away from the net. You want to see your defenders reacting. It was more Gwynedd attackers looking to pounce on that ball rather than a Keystone defender anywhere around.
So possession goes over to Keystone. When they have in the middle of the field, couldn't get it to Nardelli. Turnover there, it goes on the side of the Griffins. And they'll get us throw in now.
It was a good look by Coffroft, looking to change the point of attack. A lot of times, like I said, you move that ball side to side, you make the defense shift from one side of the field to the other. It allows people to get into a supporting role, as also it creates gaps in between that defense where you can put dangerous balls through.
In the box. Referee lets them play on. Been, as you mentioned, Mike, a clean game so far.
Yeah, it's been a very clean game. A lot, not a lot of sliding, a lot of body contact, but nothing dirty, nothing dangerous, which is good, especially with a wet field. Injuries tend to creep up. The temperature starts to drop a little bit. Legs get a little tight.
So throw in by Burns. Tries to get into the middle of the field. Crockford. Kashuba and Crockford on that right side. And it will go over to Keystone now. So this is Nardelli, the Valley View product, the throw in.
Again, a ball into nowhere really. What you're starting to see is a little bit more standing from Keystone. You want to see a little bit more movement from them. Tends to be, nice shot there, just wide to the near side. You want to see a little bit more movement. That first half, they had a lot of movement playing the ball centrally, then being able to get the ball wide, and then fill the box. So hopefully we'll get to see a little bit more of that. They did a lot of running in that first half, so hopefully they're conserving a little bit of energy right now.
Well, everyone's trying to get the umbrella from Aaron, and I mean everybody. Aaron, who do you have down there now?
I have a bunch of new friends with me, Bob. I have Dr. Robert Perkins, the Vice President of Student Affairs and the Dean of Students, and we have our giant holding the umbrella. Thank you so much. What a great guy. What a great monster. Well, thanks for joining us. Let's talk a little bit about some of the athletic programs here. What do you think it does for a student to be able to be involved in athletics?
Oh, well, it's tremendous. We have athletics brought in 142 new student athletes this year. Now we're up to 19 sports, so it's, it brings a lot of energy to the college. How else are you going to get crowd out on a rainy night like tonight, right? Yeah.
So how about this facility? I heard that it's not just for the athletic teams. Maybe the community come out and use it as well?
Oh, yeah, the community's up here a lot. I'm up here with my golden retriever in the evening, and there are a lot of folks that come up and walk or run in the evening and early in the morning up here, too. And we leave the gates open and encourage them to come up.
With such growth in so many of the athletic programs, where do you see it going from here?
Well, we're hoping we're going to grow in size. We'll build another residence hall at some point down the road to accommodate more students, and we just keep growing. This college has got a really kind of a unique history of, way back from 1868 and being a private high school to a junior college, and now the 4-year residential college, and who knows from there.
Well, thanks for the info, and it was great chatting with you.
Thanks very much. I appreciate it.
And thanks for your help. Bye. See you, Casey. Back to you guys.
Well, it looks like Erin's staying dry down there, at least with her new friends. Back on the field, Keystone, as you saw, had an opportunity in the middle. They weren't able to take chance, Mike, but they do have a play right now as they have a throw-in.
Yeah, they all they did was build from the back. Very simple, very easy passes, but it starts to build confidence. Now you can see they have their attack set up. They have their strikers up high. Midfielders checking through, pushes the Gwynedd defense back, and here we have an opportunity from Keystone. So if they can just string a couple passes together, slow themselves down, I think you're going to start to see what we saw at the end of that first half. Gwynedd comes out very strong, first half and second half. Let's see if Keystone can settle in and start getting some opportunities moving forward here in the second half.
Well, it goes back inside their half of the field. And they'll send it back to the goalkeeper. So just under about 31 minutes left in this game. We're tied at 1. We'll take a quick timeout here on My Network TV.
Keystone Co. presents the rivalry of the week, a Fox 56 sports production, brought to you by McCann School of Business and Technology.
McCann School of Business and Technology has introduced a new CDL training Class A tractor trailer program at their new Wilkes-Barre campus. Campus is easy to find across from the Mohegan Sun Arena. Contact them today at mohegan.edu. Back in La Plume, Bob Ide, Mike Bridie in the booth. The rain continues to fall here in La Plume. Aaron Dugan down the sidelines. Here we have an injured player, and here's what's happened.
Yeah, great defensive play to get to steal the ball. Has a lot of space here. But you'll see the defender gets the ball, but then comes through into the player. Foul on the edge of the box.
Already Falence, sophomore, is down. And she'll be attended to. 29-29 left. And here are the standings so far in the CSAC. Gwynedd on a 4-game winning streak. They've taken over first place so far. And there you see Keystone at 1-1, 3-5 this year. But they, as we mentioned, the Giants are getting healthy and playing a lot better.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, health at this time of the year, like I mentioned earlier, one of the most important things you can have. If you can be hitting your stride right at this point of the season, preseason legs are gone. Now it's time to just really start focusing on winning some league games and positioning yourself to make sure that you're as high of a seed in the playoffs and try to get some home field advantage.
Well, this turnaround has started with the hiring of Noelle Cox in her 4th season here at Keystone. She's built momentum and had a tough year in 2012, but last year, as I mentioned, close to the playoffs, 5-5. They feel really good about where they've brought this program. Former goalkeeper, and she's done a nice job in recruiting, and this field will help out that as well.
Yeah, anytime you come in to take over a program, there's going to be a learning curve. You didn't necessarily recruit the players that are there. They have to buy into what you're coming in to say. A lot of important things that can go right or can go very wrong, as you saw in 2012. Not nearly as probably the expectations, but you're starting to see Noelle's players that she recruited come here start to really have an influence on the team.
So the injured player continues to be looked at down in the left-hand corner. And now time to look at what's ahead for this Giant team. I mentioned they'll head to Karen and at Baptist Bible. A couple tough games in there. Every game's going to be tough from now on, Michael, as we get towards the end of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you look the month of October, you're looking at 8 games. That's a lot of soccer in a very short amount of time. Health is very important. Got to make sure you're getting good treatment after these type of events. It's very important right now. About a 5-minute stoppage. Make sure you're stretching. You're not going to get yourself tight, because a pulled muscle at this time of the year is really hard to get back from.
They'll meet a couple teams ahead of them at this point with Centenary, Cabrini, and Rosemont, so that always helps too. The one-on-one play, those are the games you need to take advantage of.
Absolutely. Right now, Gwynedd Mercy is sitting at 3-0 in the conference. Keystone is 1-1. They win tonight. Now it's a 1 game separating them with a head-to-head win. It can change rapidly when you're playing the teams above you, especially if you're getting into some good form at this time of the year. And right before the injury, Keystone started to see a little bit more movement off the ball. You started to see a little bit more liveliness, and that could be Gwynedd came out very strong first 10-15 minutes of the second half. Sometimes you can burn through that energy really fast, especially after a goal like they scored so early in the second half. So with this stoppage of play, let's see which team can step in right from the whistle. Obviously, Gwynedd has a really dangerous set piece right outside of the box right now. Keystone needs to make sure they've just been standing around for the last 5-10 minutes, have to make sure that they're mentally ready to defend this set piece and get it cleared.
Valence, the sophomore out of Jackson, New Jersey, is helped off the field. Hopefully she is all right. As Mike mentioned, a big kick here. For the Griffins. Into the box it goes, and off the crossbar. And a chance there gone for naught for Gwynedd Mercy.
Wow, you can see Kuhn has set up in the back side of the net right here. This is an unbelievable shot, just off the post and right near the upper 90. Kuhn was set up on the far side. Almost all their set pieces today have been driven to that far post. In this instance, Petrosky tried to take a shot directly on and was about a foot to the left from putting her team up 2-1.
So Petrosky with the shot, also has a sister on the team, Megan, a freshman. She's number 19 out there. And now an opportunity for the Giants on their side of the field. Moronsky to throw in. Crockford unable to do anything with it. 2 players collide. Crockford remains on the field. Number 10. We'll see if we have a stoppage here. Only when the shot on goal. Saved by Kuhn. But number 10, Jem Crockford out of York, England, remains. I believe that's her on the field.
Yeah, you had 2 Keystone players collide at midfield, trying to track down the attacker, and a defender stepping up. And unfortunately, they got tangled up there.
So with that, we'll send it down to a wet Aaron Dugan with some more special guests. Aaron.
Well, that's right, Bob. I'm here with the Keystone College cheerleaders. They're not letting this weather get them down at all, are you guys?
No.
What are your names, guys?
Shane and Terry.
Now, I've talked to you guys before. I know you're a really dedicated team. How often do you practice?
About 4 days a week, usually at 6 a.m., which for me being a commuter means I usually wake up at 4:30 a.m. to make it to practice on time.
It's all worth it. You guys seem like you have a lot of fun.
We're a family. We love each other. We show up. We have fun. Terry's probably the most fun individual on the team. Basically, before practice has even started, he's up at the stage. We practice in our school's theater, dancing to his own music. He makes his own dances, and he has a blast.
Terry, I have to ask you about this one specific cheer that I saw you do. What's it called?
It's called Pump It Up.
Can you teach it to me?
Oh, yeah.
All right, pump it up. Let's do it. Ready? All right.
So you just call it off?
Yeah, call it off. Okay.
Blue and orange. Blue. Pump it up, and orange. Keep it going, Giants. What up?
Blue and orange. What up? That's my favorite part. Well, thanks, guys. Let's throw it back to Bob.
And I'll
We'll be
throw
right
it to
back.
break. We still have an injured Keystone player on the turf. And Alaska Company has enjoyed serving our customers for more than 35 years. We're expanding our business to give the people in Northeast and Central Pennsylvania a greater selection of products, from fireplaces and stoves to fire pits and tables, gas logs, electric fireplaces, and outdoor furniture. Our new store, located on Bernie Avenue in Moosic, in front of the Kmart, offers 11 different highly regarded manufacturers to choose from. Back in La Plume, Bob-eyed Mike Bridey staying dry. Aaron Dugan down on the wet surface here. As we went to break, number 10, Jem Crockford, was helped off the field. Mike, that's going to be a big blow for Keystone. It's one of your leading scorers coming in, and it looks like they revolve the offense a lot around her.
Yeah, with four assists, 3 goals, I mean, there's a lot of production that's coming from her. It's hard to replace that, especially when that first half you saw no subs from Keystone. They don't go that deep on their bench right now. They do have somewhat of a young group of people that are coming in. So it'll be interesting to see the dynamic, if it changes with one of their big leaders and top players off the field.
Number 14, Chrissy Novak, a junior out of Maryland, has now come into the game for the Giants. So here comes Keystone, pushing it forward.
And this is when they're going to look to Olivia to really kind of set the tone up top. She is the person who generates the dangerous opportunities, the goals inside the box. They're going to be looking to feed her as much as possible right now to try to get this second goal.
So here's the throw-in for the Griffins in the red. Keystone in the white with the orange trim. Keystone had a 1-0 lead going to the break, but the Griffins came out quickly in that second half, tied this score at 1. 11 shots on goal now for the Griffins compared to just 5 for Keystone. 6 corners for the Griffins, 5 for Keystone. And 3 saves for Kuhn and the Keystone. So the pressure definitely coming out of the break has been on the Giants. Gwynedd has stepped up their game here in the second half.
Absolutely, and the tactics have changed for Keystone more than Gwynedd. As you see the tackle right there, everything was on the right side for each team, for Keystone and for Gwynedd. This half, it stayed on the right side for Gwynedd Mercy. However, Keystone has almost played down the left side, which is the same side as Gwynedd's attacking down the right. They haven't really exploited the right side of their attacking front. It'll be interesting to see if they can get people into that space, because there's a lot of space on this side of the field and up through to the corner. So it'll be interesting right now. You see them working through on this right side. There's a lot of space there for them to operate.
Goes out of bounds on Burns over to Gwynedd Mercy. Keystone has had injuries here in the beginning of the year, so this is nothing new to them. Just the next girl has to step up.
And that is one thing when you do have early injuries. Some people that may not have expected to have to contribute early, they got into the game. Hopefully that experience that they got from those early games, hopefully you'll be able to see them contribute here tonight.
Well, it looks like Jem Crockford's night is over. She is being bandaged over there, and there you see her in her shirt. And it was talked about looks like a left foot injury, has ice on it, so a big loss for Keystone, but still in this game, tied at 1 with 23 and change to play.
Yeah, there's plenty of time. I mean, the ball has been moving back and forth up and down the field, so the play has opened up quite a bit here, which usually, as time goes on, as legs get tired, will lead to goals here in the second part of the second half.
Last year when these two teams met, Keystone won 2-1 double overtime. So
Both teams match up very well. They're both pretty similar in how they like to play the game. They do tend to get a little direct, but they have very talented players that look to take people on in this instance right here.
So this is Moransky off the right side in towards the goal, with no one there on the back side, but it will stay Giants possession.
And that's where you're looking for that buildup. You're looking maybe for that connecting pass, because great ball through, made a keeper have to make a diving save. However, you saw how late the trailing runners were getting into the box to get dangerous. So just need to be able to connect the defense and the midfield with those strikers and not be in too big of a hurry to get forward.
Watch out for number 4 for Keystone, Cassie Earhart out of New York. She has 3 goals and 2 game-winning goals this year. So with number 10 Crockford out, going to be up to number 4 to pick up her game, give Keystone some more opportunities.
And some people just have a knack for being at the right place at the right time. They tend to just be finishers in that regard. So keep an eye on that, because they tend just to put themselves in the right spot time and time again, and eventually you put yourself in a good position. You'll see results.
Kashuba with possession in the box. Double team, no foul called. Referee lets them play.
And I think it was a good call. Not a whole lot of contact. She was trying to pull the ball back through. Got a little bit off balance. I think what you're going to see moving forward here, you're going to see Kashuba try to put this team on her back and get this game winner. You can see anytime she gets the ball in the attacking half, she's really looking to go towards goal. She's not looking to necessarily lay a ball back. She's looking to turn and take on her defender. And that's what you want from your leading goal scorer.
Pressure now from Gwynedd into the box. Knocked out, remains Griffin ball. Good defense just to get it away. Now, see what happens.
Yeah, good defense. I actually thought you were going to see a foul coming out of the box. It looked like the number 21 from Gwynedd kind of pushes off after the play is gone. But again, they're letting them play tonight. The refs are definitely keeping their whistles in their pocket.
Watch out for number 21, Casey Gone, leading goals scorer in CSAC. Here's the corner kick again.
Again, if this follows pattern, they're going to look to drive the ball deep into the far post and look to bring it back around.
And the aforementioned Gone got a head on it, but it went out of bounds, so break there for Keystone. Let's take a look at the corner kick again.
Yeah, Keystone's marking very tightly, and all it takes sometimes, you see, Gwynedd just misses getting a good head on the ball, just skims off the front of her forehead. Got to make sure that you're giving the attacker enough space that one quick movement doesn't get you beat.
So another 20 to play here in La Plume, tied at 1 in this Colonial States Athletic Conference matchup.
We had a handball there. Again, you don't get true bounces on turf to begin with. You add water to it. They don't tend to want to bounce. They slide a little bit more. So you tend to have balls that are bouncing up, hitting hands. I've seen that a few times tonight, which could prove to be very beneficial for the attacking team if they get a penalty in the box, get a ball, a handball, or a missed tackle in the box.
Knocked out, it goes over to Keystone. Good job by Nardelli racing down the right side of the field.
Again, the right side has been open this whole second half. It'll be interesting. They've had 1 or 2 attacks here to see if they're going to utilize that opportunity. Should be fresh to attack down that flank. Nardelli has been dangerous whenever she got the ball, and she's looking to go when she does get the very few chances she's gotten so far. Well,
this won't be the first Keystone game we have here in La Plume. We'll also be televising the men's basketball in February as they take on Marywood University. Thank Keystone College for sponsoring all of our sports this year. And we're glad we could come up and enjoy this beautiful facility with you. Bob-eyed Mike Bridie in the booth. Aaron Dugan down on the sidelines, now getting dry, I think.
Yeah, the rain has definitely not let up at all this evening.
As I mentioned, the rain started right at game time. For most of the day, it was a beautiful afternoon. Fall colors very evident throughout. And then just when they were about to kick, here it came, and hey, it has been steady so far.
Again, there's that play, that throw into a flick, and it has been dangerous. Keystone's done a good job with the secondary ball, the first ball being the throw into the head, but they've done a good job of cleaning up that second ball, which is sometimes the most important ball that you need to make sure that's accounted for.
Almost a chance for a break for Keystone, but they were unable to take advantage of it.
Yeah, and you see, it's kind of a wild kick from midfield. However, takes a big skip. It easily could go right through a keeper's hands. So you gotta take your opportunities when they're presented.
Much of the crowd still on hand, most of them standing now, not sitting on the wet benches here. But nice turnout in support of the women's soccer program here at Keystone. Cheerleaders are here, as well as the mascot and all the student athletes and students of Keystone College. Still weathering this storm that's passed through. Pep band was here to welcome them, and then before the game, and also have some graffiti on a rock out there welcoming the entire Fox 56 sports crew. We thank them for that. But now let's see if Keystone can get any kind of shots. Haven't had opportunities in the second half at all.
No, and I think the legs might be getting a little heavy right now. Play's getting a little sloppy. The ball's been played more in the air in the last couple of minutes than it has been throughout most of the game. But one player you're starting to see, Casey Earhart, is really starting to control the middle of the field for Keystone. She did a very nice job winning a head ball off the last throw-in. Did a nice job possessing the ball in the attack. So hopefully she'll be able to build on that, and they'll be able to use that to their advantage.
Truba looking to get it back when knocked out of bounds by Biggis from Gwynedd.
And right now it's a very important time. There's 15 minutes left in this game. It's a 1-1 tied game. Plenty of time to get a goal here in the second half. You don't want to start pressing, because that's when you can leave big gaps in your defense. And right now, the next goal, chances are, is going to be a very important goal in this game.
Opportunity now for Gwynedd. Gone with possession. Referee lets them play. Good defense by Keystone one more time, and they have felt the pressure here in the second half.
Yeah, they've done a very good job of dealing with the pressure that Gwen has been put on this second half. You see the defender reaches across to toe poke the ball away. Again, you want to make sure that you keep the ball out of Gahan's feet in front of the net.
So, Petrosky, another corner kick. This will be the 8th tonight for Gwynedd.
And you're seeing
a nice. Go ahead, Michael.
You're seeing consistently Gwynedd is getting to that ball. They're the first to react to that ball, and you got to be careful. You got to the Keystone has to make sure that their marking gets cleaned up, because, like I said, the next goal is going to be crucial in this event.
I thought Aaron was getting dry. Instead, she found another guest. Aaron, you still have the umbrella down there, but you have another special interview.
That's right, Bob. Our last interview of the night. This is Terry Wise. She's the Associate Professor of Sport and Recreation Management. Terry, thanks for joining us.
Sure. Nice to be here.
Tell us a little bit about this sports and recreation management and what that's all about.
The students study to become athletic directors, to become head coaches, to run YMCAs, to do recreation at resorts or prison recreation, military-based recreation. So it's a big field. It's a big field.
And you're the former athletic director here, right?
I was the AD from 1995 to 2002.
So talk about some of the changes that you've seen.
Yeah, this is huge. I was hoping in my career that I would see this field and this complex, and so it's really a lot of fun to be able to have a game like this. Too bad we're a little wet, but it's a nice night to be to have a big game like this. This is a big deal for us.
What do you think is the key to keeping a balance for there's many student athletes here. What's the key to studying and sports?
I think it's their time management. The faculty works really hard with the students. We know right up front who's athletes. We try real hard to get them out of bed and into their classes early in the day so that we don't have so many conflicts with games. And, you know, their ability to manage their time, get to practices. The coaches do a great job of setting up study halls for them as well.
That's great. Well, it was nice to meet you, and thanks for stopping by to chat.
Sure, appreciate it. Thanks.
All right, back to you guys.
So an opportunity. Thank you, Aaron, and down there on the field. Mike, an opportunity for Keystone on that as we were away.
Yeah, Jenna Moransky, she's been getting down this right side quite frequently. If they can continue to get service, and now she's on the left side, she's moving side to side. They're leaving Kashuba pretty much in the middle of the field, and you're seeing them work that 1-2 again, pull it in, get it wide, and fill the box. And that's in the first half when they were at their most dangerous throughout the whole game so far.
Nardelli on the backside was open briefly, but a throw in now.
And this, I'm glad to see this. They're slowing down a little bit. They're letting the midfielders who have been running all game from the attack to the defense, let them walk a little bit. Let them get their legs, get their wind a little bit, moving forward. These are the opportunities. Corner kick, 11 minutes left in the game. Take your time. Make sure you get it right. You want to make sure everybody's in the right spots.
This will be the sixth opportunity of a corner kick from Keystone, and it'll be Cassie Earhart, the sophomore from New York, who will boot it with the left foot.
Yep, this one's going to be coming away from the keeper, so it'll make her make a decision.
Offsides, or?
I do not know. If there were people in the post, it couldn't have been offsides. I don't know if they got called for pushing. Unless the ball went behind the line on the out of bounds and bent back into the box, and I think that's what they did call.
So a nice chance there for Keystone, but they'll retain possession on their side of the field. 10 minutes left in this game. Still opportunities for both teams, especially the Giants, to get back to their winning ways against the top team right now in the CSAC. So as it goes out of bounds, we'll get our final break of the evening in. When we come back, we're tied here in the Plume at 1.
Keystone College presents the Rivalry of the Week, a Fox 56 Sports production, brought to you by McCann School of Business and Technology.
Back at Le Plume for the rivalry of the week between Gwynedd Mercy and Keystone College. That is the brand new turf field here on the campus. And we are enjoying some CSAC women's college soccer. And it's tied at 1, coming up on the 8-minute mark in this game. Bob Ide and Mike Bridey, Aaron Dugan on the sidelines. And Mike, an opportunity now for Keystone in the box. Just goes off the mark, but I've liked their play the last couple of minutes.
Yeah, they've really given us some really good soccer here in the last couple of minutes. Again, that ball, perfect position. You just need somebody to give that extra little effort to get into that spot where they can get dangerous. And sometimes in a game condition like this, all it takes is a knee, a toe, a head. It doesn't always have to be a perfect shot. Sometimes all it needs to be is just a little touch to get it by the keepers.
A couple players ran into each other there. No stoppage of the clock, so Keystone trying to clear it. This is, I think, Mike, where you really, for players, the wet turf out there, your legs are probably real heavy, and you have to really dig down.
Absolutely. This is when you don't want to be exerting that extra energy that wasted energy. You want to make sure you're thinking a couple plays ahead of time, knowing where you're supposed to be. If you're an attacker and you're a stretch attacker, make sure you're in your position. Make sure that your goal side of your attacking player is a defender. A lot of space in the middle of the field. It's been that way most of the game. But you got to make sure if you're going to commit to a tackle that you make sure you get there. So you don't create an opportunity for the other team.
Sarah Nance, a senior, number 1 in for Gwynedd. So trying to get fresh legs in late in this game because you don't know what could happen, and then you might end up in overtime. But we'll see. Still 6 minutes left.
Yeah, we've been treated to a really good game of soccer tonight. Started out a little sloppy. There's been highs and lows to it, but overall, they've done a nice job attacking soccer. Have had a lot of opportunities off of some set pieces, and have definitely had some dangerous chances in both halves.
Throw in from Nardelli. Nardelli now possession again. Throws it into the box towards the goal, but the keeper still there.
A lot of hard work going down that side. Again, the defender runs through the attacker. That's going to get called almost all the time.
There you see Coach Cox on the sideline, 4th season. Looking for some improvement now from the team, but as you can see behind it, a left leg sticking out. That is Jem Crockford, one of the top players for Keystone. She went out in the second half with an injury.
And Keystone has done a very nice job adjusting to not having one of their best players out there. For younger players that may be getting subbed in for Jem, it's very important that there isn't that drop of play. You want to make sure that the play level stays consistent, and we've actually seen maybe a little bit of an uptick from some of the other players stepping up and maybe improving their overall aggression in the game. And again, Casey Earhart, Gwynedd Mercy's strategy right here: throw it to a player to look to flick on and put it into a dangerous spot in the box. And she's won 2 or 3 head balls, and she's just won her 4th one right there in the past couple of minutes. So they've kind of found a way to neutralize that play that was so successful in the first half.
A breakout for Sikowski and Keystone, but it's taken over nicely by Petrosky, number 7 for Gwynedd.
And you're definitely starting to see the game open up. People are starting to take some chances. People are trying to push forward with what energy they have left. So you could see some good opportunities here in the last couple of minutes of the game.
Nance in with the fresh legs. She'll throw it in for the Griffins, and she'll give way. I believe this is Gifford, number 3.
You're correct. Again, she came the whole way across the field to take out her long throw, and dangerous weapon.
Into Kuhn, and another save. So Caitlin Kuhn of Southern New York, the junior goalkeeper, doing a great job tonight, holding down the Griffins.
Yeah,
Just one goal so far.
She's put herself in the right spots defensively, positioning-wise. Hasn't had to make too many acrobatic saves, but has put herself in great position so she doesn't have to. We see an attack right here. Good ball into the box.
Moransky there for Keystone, and we'll have a throw-in now, deep in Griffin territory. Nardelli with the ball.
And again, this is that opportunity that you're looking for. One player to step up, do something special to find a match winner here would be a great step, especially here for Keystone, trying to get back into the playoff race. You can see players on both teams are really laboring just to get the change from running in one direction to the other. Their legs are getting heavy. Here's a great opportunity for Gwynedd.
Shot, goal! Gwynedd Mercy breaks the tie game late in the second half.
Great finish just out of their fingertips of Kuhn. Again, finished right inside the post, right into the side netting. Deflection off a defender. It's an unfortunate fate for Keystone.
Theo Harazaglu, her second goal of the evening, and it gives Gwynedd Mercy a 2-1 lead.
A heartbreaking goal to give up for Keystone with under 2 minutes left to go.
So close, Mike. You're exactly right.
Again, the game's not over. 1:40. Now you have there's no reason to leave anybody behind the ball. You need to push people forward. It doesn't matter if you lose 2-1, 3-1. You got to make sure you get some opportunities moving forward right now.
So close for Keystone, but as you mentioned, some time left.
Some nifty footwork right there. Again, a lot of tired legs on both sides of the field. There's an opportunity to get wide, get people into the box. One minute left here in the second half. The last thing you can afford right now is a foul. It gives Gwynedd Mercy the ability to take some time off the clock, move some people forward, and waste some very valuable seconds here in the last minute.
Crowd still yelling encouragement here for the Giants, as well they should. Coming up on 30 seconds. That last goal, Stinger at the 76-minute mark.
Right now, if you're Keystone, you just want to do anything you can to get the ball down the field.
Excuse me, that was the 88-minute mark. My apologies. Last 10 seconds. And that should just about do it. So Keystone College held on all night long up until the last 2 minutes of this game. And they lose a heartbreaker here on their home turf in front of a home crowd. The final score, 2-1. So we'll wrap things up here from La Plume. We'll get a quick word in with Coach Cox, and Mike and I will let you know what's next here on My Network TV, as well as break this down real quick. So once again, the final score, 2-1, Gwynedd Mercy over Keystone.
Keystone Cup presents the Rivalry of the Week, a Fox 56 sports production, brought to you by McCann School of Business and Technology.
Welcome back inside the booth. Bob I and Mike Brady enjoying a great women's college soccer game between Gwynedd Mercy and Keystone. And Keystone loses a heartbreaker 2-1. And Noel Cox, the head coach of the Giants, now joins Aaron down on the sidelines.
Well, Coach, obviously not the outcome you wanted, but you have to be happy with the effort and how hard your girls played.
Yeah, absolutely. It's conference games are always tough. They're always going to be battles, and they come down to the full 90 minutes. You know, and Gwynedd got one there late in the game on us, and for a young team, it's a great learning lesson for us as we keep going forward.
And how about some more positives that you'll take out of this game?
Yeah, absolutely. I thought we executed our game plan really well. We wanted to attack out the space in the wide. We wanted to keep possession as best we can. And I thought in those instances we did a great job with that. So I'm happy with the effort, how hard they fought. And we just got to continue to win some 50-50 ball going forward.
All right, thanks a lot.
Thank you very much.
Okay, back to you guys.
And Mike, it came in the 88th minute, but finally a goal was scored. We were tied at 1, and that's a heartbreaker no matter how you lay it down.
Yeah, I mean, anytime you give up a goal in that last couple of minutes, there's no real Good way to lose, but that's one of the worst ways you can lose. The thing I like to hear from Coach Cox is to take the positives out. They executed their game plan. They did what they were looking to do. A lot of times you can learn from a loss early in the season like this, because later on in the season, when they might need a win to advance to the playoffs, this could be a good learning lesson that they can go back to.
And hopefully we'll see how Jem Crockford is the rest of the year. She did go out with an injury, and hopefully she gets back, because that will be a big loss for them, especially since most of the action for her was going through her side of the field.
Yeah, anytime you lose one of your key players, it's hard to replace them in the middle of the game. If it happens, during practice or, for next game, they can prepare to not maybe have her. But when you lose somebody that's so integral to the part of what you're looking to do in possession, hold possession in the middle of the field, it's really hard to make that up in the middle of a game.
But these Giants teams, they've gone through adversity already this year, and they will, and it's a program on the rise here at Keystone. I thank everyone for helping us out here at Keystone College, from maintenance to IT to Peter Schmidt, the sports information director here. So the final score is 2-1. Our next game will be high school football, and we'll head to the coal country, as we'll see Mount Carmel take on North Schuylkill. That'll be a battle October 10th. Will be live at 7 p.m. right here on My Network TV. So we want to shout out tonight to Noah Wiggins, Aldo Cordoni, and our director, Bill Murphy, who did an excellent job, and our Fox 56 sports crew, who weathered the storm that came right at Game Town, Mike. We were fortunate to be inside, but they did a great job tonight in the rain, and boy, we couldn't do it without them. So the final score, once again, here from the blue, Gwynedd pulls out a tough one, 2-1, the final score over Keystone College.